Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everyone. I am one Muhammad Al-GHAZALI bin Mun Azmi. My metric number is 2022917261. Today my group and I will be presenting about istihala. Istihala is a change or conversion. It can be defined as to change one material to another, and after the conversion, it is impossible to change it to its original form. Generally, there are three forms of istihala. The first one is when the physical and the content changes. For example, deer blood turns into perfume. Both of its appearance and content changes. The second one is only the external appearance changes, while its content are still the same. For example, tanned animal's skin. This tannery removes foreign objects such as meat, fat, bones, mucus, and tissues by using materials that are sharp or material that bleach and absorb dirt such as alum, pomegranate, skin, chemicals, and so on. The purpose is not only to clean the skin but to prevent decay, soften the skin of the animal, and it will last longer. From Ibn Abbas, Rasulullah SAW said, "Every tanned skin becomes clean." Hadith riwayat Muslim. The third one is only its content change. Example, wine that is turned into vinegar. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإن لكم في الأنعام لعبرة نسقي مما في بطونه من بين فرث ودم لبنا خالصا سائغا للشاربين. And indeed for you in grazing livestock is a lesson. We give you drink from what is in their bellies between excretion and blood, pure milk palatable to drinkers. From the verse above, the method of istihala can be seen from the aspect that the milk produced by livestock is halal, even if it between the feces and the blood of the animal. The milk is produced from the food eaten by the animal, which is then digested in the stomach, where some become blood, flesh, and milk, while the rest become feces, which is excreted when the time comes. Thus, the scholars conclude that the change in blood that is forbidden to eat into milk and meat that is pure and halal to eat is an accepted istihalah process. In Islamic law, istihalah can be divided into three. First one is istihalah sahihah. It is an acceptable istihalah among the scholars. The second one is istihalah fasidah, which is damaged istihalah. And the third one is istihalah mughlah. Istihalah mughlah is an unacceptable istihalah.
My name is Muhammad Dnish bin Nur Iznan, and my number is 2022757941. And I will continue to my part. The figure show the process of istihalah. There are three main elements. The namely is raw material, conversion agent, and finished product. The missing processes occurred as a result of the interaction between raw material and conversion agent, naturally and synthetically. Then the finished product will undergo conversion process, which is different physically and chemically from the original material. Raw material are the input goods and inventory that a company needs to manufacture its products. Example of raw material include steel, corn, grain, gasoline, lumber, forest resources, plastic natural gas, coal, and minerals. And then conversion agent mean any person authorized by the company to receive securities to be converted into common stock or other marketable securities on behalf of the company, and then the company initially authorizes the trustee to act as conversion agent for the securities on its behalf. Civilian finished goods and product that do not require any further processing and are ready to be sold, with unprocessed food being food done, growing, and have been prepared for sale, and processed food being food that's been changed from its natural state.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zakwan Mirosdi. My number metric is 2022-752-993. This part is food production. Food production in the past was simpler compared to now. This is due to preparation of food at the time of forehead, during which when the food cooked in the morning has been consumed in the evening. There is no question of storing or leaving it for so long before eating because the food will spoil. Now food is prepared in better condition. For example, food has been able to be stored for a longer period of time through the method of curing. This method of curing is due to high demand for durable food product have a test. Food production have three categories. Firstly, product based on animal blood. Secondly, product based on insect. Thirdly, product based on carcass. Product based on animal blood. Blood is a red liquid that flows in the veins. It is categorized as fast and harmful. In general, scholars by ijma' have forbidden the flow of blood. It is najis. Yet scholars disagree on the rate at which it is forgiven. Nevertheless, issues arise when blood is widely used in various types of processed food. Process based on animal blood have two process. First, use of transglutaminase enzymes and source plasma for the bloods. Secondly, use of recombinant transglutaminase enzymes. Use of transglutaminase enzymes and source plasma powder's blood is transglutaminase enzymes and plasma powder are among the addictive food derived from blood. This is because of enzymes transglutaminase has a high solubility and emulsifying ability, low viscosity, as well as the ability to form strong, easy gels, flexible, as well as able to retain those characteristics. The use of transglutaminase enzymes and blood-derived plasma is haram and categorized as istihalah fasidah. Moreover, it can add texture in processed food products such as meat and fish. Use this blood source on fish ball based on transglutaminase enzymes and plasma blood can be seen below. The figure shows the process of istihalah fasidah in production fish balls based on the enzyme transglutaminase and plasma from the blood. Ingredients: the original is the dough for the preparation of fish balls was mixed with the agent addition of unlawful food such as transglutaminase or plasma enzymes of blood. Next, the mixing causes a process to take place, change to the original material to produce the final material, which is fishball, which is better quality. The next, use of recombinant transglutaminase enzymes. With the development of biotechnology, there are other alternatives to replacing the blood source. Transglutaminase enzymes is based recombinant technology. In general, recombinant enzymes are foreign enzymes that not derived from organism. Such enzymes can be created by transferring genes that encode foreign enzymes from an original organism to the genes of different types of organism. It is categorized as istihalah sahihah process based on transglutaminase enzyme recombinant. The figure shows the process of istihalah sahihah based on mixing with recombinant transglutaminase enzyme. It is categorized as halal because its original ingredient, which is the dough for the preparation of fishball, has been mixed with the enzyme and turned into the final ingredient, halal fish balls. Next, product based on insect. Basically, animals can be divided into two categories, namely animals in land or water aquatic. Scholars agree that all aquatic animals are halal and sacred. As for animal on land, the Quran does not explain in detail about prohibition of anything from it, except animal such as pigs in particular, carcasses, blood, and animal slaughtered not because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, animal whose blood does not flow like insects such bees, flies, kala, cockroach, and so on, scholars disagree. The Shafi'i and Hanbali school states that animals such as grasshoppers, fish and ants as if both are sacred. Meanwhile, his blood is not flowing such as flies, bees, kala, cockroach and the like are excrement according to the opinion on the Shafi'i and sacred to the view of the Hanbali. In the production of food product, they are usually sourced extract from insects. For example, food products such as strawberry curd are labeled with word carmine is a type of dye extracted from insects. It just gives red, pink and purple colors to the products such as ice cream and lipstick. So we can be seen the figure. The figure shows the process of istihala sahihah, in which the material originally is dough in the manufacture of food such as yogurt and ice cream has been mixed with coloring agents and polishing agents of sorts carmine insect. The mixing process produce a more fleshy and brightly colored like radish. Therefore, it categorized as a halal final ingredient. Okay, we go to the last categories. Last categories is product based on carcass. In the production of food products, there are also products that source carcasses. These carcasses consist of flesh, organ, skin, fat and other sources are based on animals whether the dead are not slaughtered or slaughtered other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The reason for the ban is because blood clots can causing harm to human health. Scholars added that the Hanafi sect state all parts of the carcass apart human corpses are excrement. Hard carcass part and not contain blood such as horns, bones and teeth. All are punished clean according to the opinion of the scholars of the Hanafi sect because of all the object is not a carcass. Meanwhile, the majority of scholars other than the Hanafi sect said the body parts of the carcass were all face except the tan skin. In the food industry, animal organs are among the main source such as the spleen and liver of cattle and goats or whey from rennet. There are animals that are slaughtered or not slaughtered. Use of animal organs such as spleen and liver of slaughtered animals are allowed on the side of Sharia because through the process of istihalah sahihah, in the analysis of this issue based on istihalah theory, where extraction from unslaughtered animal source can be used as an example. So we can be seen the figure. The figure shows the process of istihalah fasidah, sourced away from the organs of unslaughtered animals. The dough as the original ingredient in the production of crackers, cakes and cheese has been mixed with categories whey as illegal. Basically, whey is allowed as a food additive as it is a watery milk or powder as a flavoring agent. However, when whey is obtained from the organs of unslaughtered animal, it is illegal. Next, the final material is produced in a better condition in terms of its flavors, in addition to being categorized as illegal. Therefore, this process of change is also possible applied to other issues.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uh, my name is Muhammad Hanif bin Kamtin. So now I want to present about alcohol in Islam, science and cosmetic. Alcohol in Islam. Alcohol is the common name that has always been a conversation between current and earlier scholars. The use of alcohol is not only found in certain food and beverage products, but also most widely used in cosmetics such as perfume, skincare product, and others. If the use of alcohol in foods and beverages described as not punishable, there are some dispute over the use of alcohol in cosmetics products. Islam is expected to influence the use of alcohol for Muslim college students because of various ways of transforming through the sources of the Al-Quran and Sunnah. Sources specifically prohibit the use, possession, and sale of alcohol. Alcohol, also beverage, is haram in Islam. Alcohol in perfume, cosmetic, medicine, and beverage is permissible, harus, and is acceptable if the alcohol content is not inferior. In Surah Al-Ma'idah, version 90, testifies that Allah Almighty forbids Muslims to drink alcohol because it is abominable act and include all the act of the devil. Therefore, alcohol become illah because of the haram commandment on Muslim to drink it. So the Prophet Muhammad SAW has reaffirmed in his hadith which say every intoxicant is alcohol and alcohol is haram. Fatwa and Mufti describe alcohol in cosmetic are not prohibited as it is for external use only and not the purpose of drinking. In Al-Quran, there is mention of alcohol, namely alcoholic drink. During the reign of Prophet Muhammad SAW, this alcoholic beverage derived from grape, dates, palm, wheat, barley, and honey. Although alcohol is from the sources of the other, it is still regarded as prohibited because of the intoxicating effect for Muslims. They explain that to decide the halal status of cosmetic, the product must not contain any product or byproduct from alcoholic beverage. Mazhab Hanafi, Mazhab Maliki, Mazhab Shafi'i, and Mazhab Hanbali agree that alcohol is najis because it can intoxicate. There are three different opinions from ulama regarding the legal ruling of alcohol and khamr. First opinion from most ulama today and fatwa from the Council of Ulama of the Kingdom of Saudi Arab says that alcohol is khamr, which explains anything that is consumed and can cause drunkenness is categorized as khamr, regardless of whether it is small or a large amount, and whether it is called alcohol or any other name. Second opinion is from Sheikh Muhammad Rashid Rida and several other modern ulama says alcohol is not khamr because khamr is the result of fermentation of fresh food like grapes, date, wheat, krill, while alcohol can be made from wood, root, fibers of sugarcane, orange, lemon, and other. In general, khamr is term or refers to any substance that intoxicate the mind and can cause the person who took it lose ability to control their mind and action. Alcohol in science perspective is a group of volatile, odorless chemical compounds that are not in the form of liquids or solid which can be naturally produced through the process of fermentation of agriculture materials such as grapes, wheat, seeds, and honey. Alcohol is obtained from fermentation of fruit or grain which resistant as yeast, sugars, or starch. Alcohol also colorless and flammable. Alcohol also used in the other product in pure form of a solvent in medicine, perfume, cleaning, bakery product, and others. The physical properties of material are very vivid because it is colorless, often evaporating and soluble in water, which is result from the fermentation process. In the journal article about the study of alcohol content in beverage product found in the make by Ruscam, state that alcohol is a chemical compound that has hydroxyl functional group OH, such as methanol, ethanol, butanol, and others. So chemically, alcohol is refers to a class of organic compound containing hydroxyl OH group. There are many functions of alcohol uh, for external use. It can be used as perfume, deodorant, and spray. For internal use, it used for food ingredient. Next, the law of alcohol in cosmetic product according to Sharia. It is says that medieval times that the most important chemical discovery is alcohol and mineral acid through the distillation process developed and controlled by Arab. Distillation was one of the most important process in Islamic chemical technology. The alcohol must not contain any human part of the ingredient. Any animal forbidden to Muslim are not slaughtered according to the Sharia law. No genetically modified organism (GMO) which are declared as najis, no alcohol drinks, no contamination from najis during preparation process, manufacturing and storage, and safe from consumer. The sources of ingredient of the halal cosmetic product can include halal animal, plants, microorganisms, alcohol, soil and water as long as they are not hazardous and najas. Check the status of alcohol according to the Islamic view. Every alcoholic beverage contains alcohol. Non-alcohol has come. Alcohol from the process of making wine is haram and najis. But alcohol made not through the process of making wine is not najis but is prohibited to drink. Second, a soft drink made in the same manner as making alcohol, either containing alcohol or distilled alcohol is prohibited to drink. Third, soft drink is not made into harm or intoxicating substances and are not the same as alcoholic beverage is halal. Next, tapai is halal to eat. Next, alcohol that is occurring as the byproduct from food processing is not najis and can be eaten. Medicine and fragrance has alcohol are needed and forgiven.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Fitrizul Arif bin Zuzaihan and my ID student number is 2022958335. I will explain about the application of porcine gelatin in medicine products. First, what is gelatin? Gelatin is a solid material that mainly made from meat, skin, and bones of pig and cow. And also, application of gelatin has been used in the various industry, especially in food production and pharmaceutical products. And also, the uses of porcine gelatin in pharmaceutical product is used in the manufacture of medicine capsule, because nowadays most medicine are in capsule form because they want to ensure that the medicine is not contaminated, scattered, and easy to eat. Then, what is the hukum of the use of porcine gelatin in the medicine? The hukum of using porcine gelatin in pharmaceutical product is prohibited because it contains unlawful sources. And in the Al-Quran, in Surah Al-Ma'idah chapter 5 verse 3, Allah said, A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Hurrimat 'alaikumul maitatu wad-damu wa lahmul khinziri wa ma uhilla li ghairillahi bih, which means it's forbidden to you to eat carcasses, blood, pork, and meat of animals slaughtered not in the name of Allah. Based on the verse of Quran, it clearly said that the substances containing pork is forbidden either in food or medicine if there is no emergency to use it. And also, according to the hadith, Rasulullah SAW said, Inna Allah lam yaj'al shifa'akum fima alaykum, which means, indeed, Allah has not made a healer for you from what is forbidden to you. Dr. Suad, professor of Fiqh at Al-Azhar University, has explained about gelatin clearly. He said that gelatin is substances derived from the boiling bones, skins, and tissue of animals, and it depends on the type of animals. If the animal meat is halal, then the gelatin is halal. But if the animal meat is haram, then the gelatin is haram. Then the hukum of using porcine gelatin in medical and in medicine product can become mass due to the emergency situation. According to the Pejabat Wilayah Persekutuan, Pejabat Mufti Wilayah Persekutuan, they use the fake method that says those emergencies necessitate prohibited things or ad-darurah tubihul al-mahzurat. Issues regarding the use of prohibited substances in medicine are permissible in the emergency situation because the safety and health is more important. And next is the argument of the uses porcine gelatin in the medicines. First, at the 8th National Fatwa Committee Muzakarah on 24 September 1984 argued that the use of gelatin in a medicine in times of emergency was permissible if there is a halal ingredient that can prevent the medicine from spoiling quickly, then the use of gelatin is no longer required. And on June 25, 2009, the Muzakarah Conference of the National Fatwa Council commit banned the use of pork gelatin-based drugs, namely Clexane and Flexiparin, to prevent immediate blood clotting for chronic patients because they are other drug alternatives that have the same function, namely Aristra. This is because the fatwa says that medicines that contain illegal sources can only be used if in an emergency or if there is no medicine from halal sources. And then Dr. Wahbah Az-Zuhaili, a professor of Islamic law at Damascus University, has been explained the meaning the true meaning of emergency. He said, emergency is an occurrence to a person, a dangerous situation, or severe distress, which may lead to injury or illness to life, body, dignity, sense of property, and everything connected to it. At that time, it is a must to conduct haram in order to prevent harm from occurring by consideration within the scope of Islamic law. And lastly, the condition for the use of medicines containing illegal substances. Islam is very concerned about the health aspects and how to treat a disease. Muslims are also encouraged to take care of their health. Therefore, various ways and efforts are made to treat a disease. As narrated by Abu Darda, the Prophet Muhammad SAW said, "Indeed, Allah sends down diseases and cure and provide for every disease a cure. So, take medicine and do not take medicine with things that are forbidden. So, if there has emergency that had to use the medicine that contain unlawful sources are only can use during the darura and haja." Dr. Yusuf Al-Qaradawi, in his book Halal and Haram in Islam, emphasizes and reminds Muslims not to simplify the tendency given by Islamic law by using emergency as an excuse.